For generations, a grand story has shaped how we see ourselves. It goes like this. Once, we were simple hunter-gatherers living in small egalitarian bands. Then came agriculture, a turning point that forever changed us. Cities arose, kingdoms followed, hierarchies hardened. Inequality, war, the control of many by the few, all this, we're told, was the unavoidable price of progress. But what if this story, the bedrock of so much we believe about ourselves, is fundamentally wrong? What if, far from being a linear march of development, human history is a story of possibility, of forgotten experiments and paths not taken? Thinkers have long looked to the distant past to justify the world as it is. Some painted our ancestors as brutish, making our modern systems seem enlightened. Others romanticized noble savages, frozen in time, reinforcing the idea that progress means moving further from our natural ways. But new discoveries are shattering these old images. We're unearthing ancient cities with no trace of centralized power, vast seasonal settlements where people shifted effortlessly between different lifestyles. Societies that consciously chose not to farm, and complex hunter-gatherer groups who worked just a few hours a week. Turns out, for most of human history, we didn't simply stumble into permanent settlements, rigid hierarchies, and endless toil. We experimented, debated, sometimes even purposefully chose against these things. The idea of an inevitable march toward the world as we know it, that's starting to look more like a convenient myth. Instead, a richer, more complex picture emerges. Humans are playful, capable of creating all kinds of social arrangements. We are imaginative beings who have never stopped asking fundamental questions about how to live together. Why is this revelation so important? Because it shatters the assumption that things have to be the way they currently are. We're told that greed, violence, and domination are part of human nature, baked into us from the beginning. But if our ancestors were so flexible, so capable of choice, who's to say we can't be too? Imagine if we saw our past not as a ladder we had to climb, but as a library of ideas. What possibilities open up? Could we reclaim lost freedoms, invent entirely new ways of living? Could we break free from the notion that only some of us are fit to rule? The answers are not in some distant, primitive era. They lie in the realization that the course of human history was never set in stone, and neither is our future. If these ideas shake up your worldview, hit that like button and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more mind-bending explorations of our past and where we might be headed.